let's go to page 351 and start with number 1. Okay, so number 1, you have p of x, function of x equal to x cubed minus 3x squared minus 7x plus 9, and you want to find p of c such that c equal to 5. This is a bit confusing. I think it's easier to understand if it says x equal to 5. Okay, that's what I mean. Okay, so normally what you do is, if you're looking for p of 5, okay, then what you do, you substitute. The normal way you would do it is you just substitute, okay, and you work it out, okay. But this is the long way, okay. So the easier way to do it is by using the synthetic division. So you can try to work it out, but the easier way to do it is by using synthetic division. So you got 1, -3, -7, 9, okay. And since this is already solved, right? So you just put over here, so 5. So you drop the number, multiply, you add, multiply, you add, multiply, you add, okay. And so the 24, the remainder is same as if you were to substitute and evaluate. So answer would be 24. Okay. Again, if you don't believe that, you can try it out. Okay. So the long way is you work it out. So it'd be 125 minus 75 minus 35 plus 9. And if you work it out, okay, so this is 110. So this is equal to 24. Okay, you can see that. So you don't want to do this, okay, because this is the long way. Okay. So the quick way is, if you want to evaluate something, you just use synthetic division, and that's it. Okay. Okay, so let's go and do number 3. Okay, so you have p of x is equal to 1 minus x plus x squared minus x cubed, and c equal to 3. Okay, so again, let's go ahead and use the synthetic division. So it would be -1. So this, you have to kind of put in the correct order. So x to the 3 power, x to the 2, x to the 1, and the 1, right? And you want to evaluate that. So evaluation and the remainder are interchangeable, okay? So put 3 over here. So drop, multiply, you add, multiply, you add, multiply, you add, okay? And so the answer would be -20. So again, if you don't believe that, you can substitute in here. Again, you can do a long way substitute into here, into here, into here, and you work it out. Okay. So, but it's much quicker if you understand about synthetic division. Okay. Okay, let's go to number 5. Okay, so p of x equal to x3 minus x plus 6, and c equal to -1/2. Okay, again, use your synthetic division, so be 1, 0, right? There's no x squared, minus 1, 6, right? So -1/2. So you drop, multiply, you add, multiply, you add, multiply, and you add. Now this will equal to, if you're going to add, this equal to 48. Okay, so when you add, you give you 51/8. And again, that's your remainder. So answer would be 51/8. Okay. Again, if you don't believe that, you can try substitute this into here, and you work it out. See if you get the same answer. Okay. Then, okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, so you have number 7, you have x plus 1 is a factor of x to the 5 plus x to the 4 plus x to the 3 plus x to the 2 plus x plus 1. Okay. It says use factor theorem to determine whether the first polynomial is a factor of the second one. Okay, so you want to see if this is a factor of these. So factor theorem says that evaluation, so you can also substitute this into here. So for me, if you solve, the root is equal to -1. Okay, so if this is a factor of this, then the root would be -1. So what you do is you substitute this into here to see what the remainder is. Okay, so you're going to get -1 to the 5 plus -1 to the 4 plus -1 to the 3 plus -1 to the 2 plus -1 plus 1. Okay, and so this will equal to -1 plus 1 minus 1 plus 1 minus 1 plus 1. Okay, so this will cancel out, this and this will cancel out, this and this will cancel out. So this is equal to 0. Okay, so that means so the answer is yes, because the remainder, this is your remainder. So when you substitute, so you can notice that synthetic division, okay, synthetic division and substitution are interchangeable. Okay, so when you're doing a substitution, you get 0. That means your remainder is 0. So again, substitution and remainder are interchangeable. So since remainder is 0, okay, that means this divided by this remainder is 0. So that means yes, this is a factor of this. Okay, so again, when you substitute, the number you get is your remainder. Okay, and same thing, the remainder is the value you get when you substitute. Okay, so again, they are interchangeable. Okay, so again, substitution will give you the remainder. Okay, or the remainder will give the substitution value. Okay, let's go to number 9. Okay, you have a plus 2, and you have a to the 10 plus 2a to the 9 plus a plus 2. Again, you want to use the remainder theorem to see if this is a factor of this. Okay, so again, you can do it long division, or you can do synthetic division. Okay, or you can do substitution. Again, they are interchangeable. So again, first you look for the root. The root would be -2. So you substitute into here. Okay. And if you notice these are opposite of each other, or if you work it out, okay, this will equal to 1024, and this will be negative 512 times 2 could give you -1024. Minus 2 plus 2. Okay. So this will equal to 0. Again, if the remainder equal to, if the substitution equal to 0, means the remainder is 0, that means yes, it will divide exactly. That means this is a factor of this. Okay. Okay, let's go to 11. So you got b plus square root of 2. And you have b to the 3 minus b squared minus 2b plus 2. So again, to see if this is a factor of this, again, you can do a long division, you can do synthetic division, or you can do substitution. Okay, and they are interchangeable. Okay, so again, the root will equal to negative square root of 2. Right? You set this equal to 0, and you solve. Okay, and so you substitute this into here. So you got negative square root of 2 to the 3 minus negative square root of 2 squared minus 2 times negative square root of 2 plus 2. So when you work this out, you're going to get negative 2 square root of 2. This would be minus 2 square root of 2, and this would be plus 2 square root of 2. Wait, let me double check. No, this one would be just, this would be negative 2. Okay, there we go. Square root of 2 squared give you square, and it's positive, and so this negative is over here, and negative square root positive. Okay, there we go. Okay, so this and this will cancel out, and this will cancel out, so this will equal to 0. So again, it's yes. Okay, so this is a factor of this, because it will divide exactly. And the reason you can divide exactly is because when you substitute, you get 0. That means remainder equal to 0. Okay. Again, remainder, substitution are interchangeable. Okay. Okay. Number 13. You have x minus 2, and you got x cubed minus x squared plus 4x minus 4. So again, you want to see if this is a factor of this, so you solve for the root. So r equal to 2. So you substitute, so you got 2 to the 3 minus 2 to the 2 plus 4 times 2 minus 4. Okay. So you're going to get 8 minus 4 plus 8 minus 4. 2i. Oh, you have to be careful. 2i. So okay, that's an I. So okay, so this would be 8. 2 times 2 to the 3 power is 8, and I to the 3 power is I to the 3, so it would be negative I, so it would be negative AI. This one, 2 squared is 4. I squared is negative 1, so this would be plus 4. And this would be plus AI minus 4. Okay. Yeah, so it's 2i. And then, so this and this will cancel out. This and this will cancel out. So this will equal to 0. So again, answer is yes. Okay. Now you can see the advantage of this, especially when this is kind of messy. Okay. If you were to do the synthetic division, you have to do 1, negative 1, and 4, negative 4. Then you have to do the 2i. And so when you multiply, it can get messy. Okay. And okay, I'm just going to do it so you can see they are the same. So 1, so it would be 2i. Multiply this will give you 4, and I times I is negative 1, so it becomes negative 5. So when you multiply, this will give you negative 10i. So when you multiply, when you add, you get 4 minus 10i. And then when you multiply, this will give you 8i. Okay, let me double check. 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay. Oh, drop. So drop the first number, multiply, you add. Okay, multiply, so it'll be minus 2i minus 4. There you go. When you add this, will cancel out, so you're going to get minus 2i. When you multiply, this will give you negative 4i squared, so it will be plus 4. Again, you add equal to 0. Okay? Okay, so again, you can see there, they have to be the same. Okay? Okay, but you don't have to do all that. I'm just doing this extra to show you that they are interchangeable. Okay? Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, number 15, you're solving the equations. Okay, so you got 2x cubed plus x squared minus 13x plus 6 equal to 0, and one of the root equal to 3. Okay, so once you find one of the root, okay, then you can just go and divide. So you're going to get 2, 1, negative 13, negative 6. Go and divide by the root. Okay, because basically what you do is this from here you can have the x minus 3. That's one of your factors. So you can divide. Okay. So you can, once you have one of the root, you can divide to lower your equation. So drop the number, multiply, you add, multiply, you add, multiply. Now let me double check. 2, 1, negative 13, negative 6. So negative 3, negative 3. Okay, so watch out for careless mistakes. Okay, so this negative 3. So drop, multiply, you add, will give you negative 5. Multiply, this will give you 15. When you add, this will give you 2. Negative 3 times that will give you negative 6. Okay, something is still not right, because it should come out exactly. Let me see, double check for careless mistake. 2, 1, negative 13, or plus 6. That's what I thought. Okay, so this time so it will give you negative 6. So it can equal to 0. Again, because this is a root. If it's a root, it will divide exactly, so remainder must be 0. So that's how I know that something is not right, because it didn't come out. And so if it didn't come out right, you have to go back and double check. Okay, double check for careless mistakes. Okay, so from here, from this part, you're going to get 2x squared minus 5x plus 2 equal to 0. Okay, so once you lower into quadratic formula, you can do factoring, or you can do quadratic formula, or you can do complete the square. So again, from here you divide to lower into the square. Then from there, then you can go and solve. Okay. So from here you can use factoring, try the factoring first. So -1, -4. So yes, this is factorable. So let's go and do the factoring. So it'd be x, 2x. That's a 2, so make sure you have 2 over here. So this would be the inside, so it would be -2. 2 times -2 give you -4. Outside would be +1. So from here, you're going to get x equal to 2. From here, you're going to get x equal to -1/2. Okay, so the 3 answers would be, the one is giving. Okay, so the first one is giving, and the other 2 you find. Okay, so those are your 3 answers. And again, it's cube. So if it's cube, you're going to get 3 answers, right? Okay, let's go to the next one. You got x to the 3 minus 11x minus 20 equal to 0. And the first one equal to 4. Okay? Okay, so again, you're going to divide using standard division. So 1, 0, right? That's no x squared, minus 11, minus 20. So divide by 4. So drop, multiply, you add, multiply, you add, multiply, you add. Again, you have to come out equal to 0. If it's not 0, means something is wrong. Because this is a root. That means this would be, this part would be factor of that, so you have to come out exactly. So from here, you're going to get x squared plus 4x plus 5 equal to 0. And this one, if you try factoring, it's not factorable. So you have to use quadratic formula. Okay, so this a equal to 1, b equal to 4, c equal to 5. So x equal to negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So x equal to -4 plus or minus square root of 16 minus 20 over 2. So x equal to -4 plus or minus square root of -4 over 2. So this would be a 2i. So x equal to -4 plus or minus 2i over 2. And then you can go and divide by 2. So you got x equal to -2 plus or minus I. Okay. And the one is giving, again, the one is giving is 4. Okay, so you're going to have, so you will have 4 minus 2 plus or minus I. Okay, so those are your answers. Again, 3 answers. Okay. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, now number 19 is going backward. They give you the roots. You're looking for the equation. Okay, so you got 1, -2, 3. So this answer came from x minus 1. Okay, this answer came from x plus 2. This answer came from x minus 3. Okay, and so you're just going backward. Okay, so this will your factor. All you have to do is multiply out. So I'm going to distribute. I'm going to multiply this first. Okay, so it'd be x squared. Again, the middle term, since there's no coefficient, there's no number in front, you just add this to get a middle term. So when you add, give you plus x and multiply to get the end.
Will the following students please come to the office? Tulelehua Critchlow, Keolani David, Taylor Gonzalez, Jem Hopper, Olivia Jones, Victoria Jones, Riley LaPena, Sage Miller, Kyla Okamoto, Jada Okahara, Kemi Paressa, Ali'i Kai Enriquez.
Okay, so next let's go and distribute. So multiply. So this will be x to the 3 minus 3x squared. And when you're done with this one, you go to the next one. So it would be plus x squared minus 3x. Then this one minus 2x plus 6 equal to 0. So you make a good use of your fingers. Okay, so then you can go ahead and simplify. So you got x to the 3. This will give you minus 2x squared. Okay, and this will give you minus 5x. And so that's it. Okay. Okay, let's go to the next one. So you got 0, 2, -2, 5. So from here, you're going to get x. From this, you're going to get x minus 2. This answer came from x plus 2. This answer came from x minus 5. Okay? Okay, so when you multiply, you only can multiply 2 parentheses at a time. And you always look for the conjugate. So notice there's a conjugate over here. So this 2 will give me x squared minus 4. Okay, this 2 will give me x squared minus 5x. So you can be smart. Okay, know how to group them. Okay, so don't just do this 2, then this 2. Okay, so don't do this 2 and then multiply, then multiply. Okay, so you can multiply this 2 first, they give you this over here. Multiply this 2, it give you that. Okay, again, if you go backward, this will factor into this will factor into this. Okay, then after that, you can go and use for your method. Okay, so you can start with this one. So it give you x to the 4 minus 5x to the 3. So when you're done with it, you go to the next one. So minus 4x squared plus 20x equal to 0. Okay, and that's it. Okay, let's go to the next one. You got 3 over 2, 2, and 1. So this one came from x minus 3 over 2. This one came from x minus 2. This one came from x minus 1 equal to 0. Okay. Now notice there's a 2, so it gets kind of messy. So what you can do is, since it's an equation, you can go and multiply both sides by 2. So I'm going to multiply this by 2, multiply this by 2. Now this whole thing is one term, so you only multiply by one time. So don't multiply by 2 by 2 by 2, okay? Because this whole thing is one term. So you only multiply one time. Okay, so when you multiply, you're going to get 2x minus 3, and this becomes x minus 2, x minus 1 equal to 0. Right? 0 times 2 is still 0. And again, it's easier to multiply this first, okay? So I'm going to multiply. The reason it's easier to multiply these two because there's no coefficient in front. There's no number in front. The coefficient is 1. So you can just, so when you multiply, it will give you x squared. And again, just this, when you multiply, is a reverse of the master product. So you add will give you the middle term, and you multiply will give you the end. Okay? So now you can go and distribute. So multiply this will give you 2x to the 3 minus 6x squared plus 4x. So you're done with this one, you go to the next one. So it'd be minus 3x squared plus 9x minus 6 equal to 0. Okay, then you combine the like terms. So you got 2x to the 3 minus 9x squared, and this one and this one will plus 13x minus 6 equal to 0. Okay, and then after that you check your answers, make sure you did it correctly. Okay. Okay, let's go to the next one. You got 2 plus I, 2 minus I. Okay. Okay. Now, actually, this is kind of a long way to do it. Another quick way to do this kind of problem is you write. So I'm going to call this R1, R2, R3. So if you remember your root equation, okay, every equation will have x to the 3. So this is the 3 roots, so you can get 3, right? So it'd be minus R1 plus R2 plus R3. Okay. So when you do it this way, this gets complicated. So I'm going to just do this part over here. So I'm going to take this to the side. Okay. So I'm going to use the root equation. So I'm going to do the square one. Okay. Because if you do all three, kind of hard. So I'm going to just focus on this two. Okay. So from this two, the R1, R2, use your root equation. So it'd be minus, right? Plus minus R1 plus R2 x, okay, plus R1, R2 equal to 0, right? Okay. So you can, so plus minus plus, and take none at a time, one at a time, two at a time, okay? And so when you substitute, you're going to get x squared minus, so when you add, this will cancel, it would be 4x plus, when you multiply, conjugate, 2 times 2 is 4, plus times minus is minus, I times I is -1, so it becomes +1. So from these two, you're going to get x squared minus 4x plus 5 equal to 0. Okay? And then from here, now you can go and put this one down here. From here, this came from x minus 2. Okay? So now this is much easier to do. Okay? So if you don't use a root equation, then this is what you need to do. You have to do from here, you're going to get x minus 2. And this came from, you have to take the minus of that. So it would be x minus 2 minus I. From here, you're going to get x minus 2 plus I. But you have to use x minus that, right? Equal to 0. So now you have to multiply. So again, this is going to be messy to multiply. Okay? So that's why I want to do this method. It's much easier. That way you don't have to mess with the 3 terms with I. Okay? Okay, so from here now you can just go and do the regular distribution. So it would be x to the 3 minus 4x squared plus 5x. Okay, when I'm done with the first one, I go to the second one. So minus 2x squared plus 8x minus 10 equal to 0. Okay, so now I can go and collect my terms. So this one and this one would be minus 6x squared. Okay, and this one would be plus 13x minus 10 equal to 0. Okay. So again, use the root equation is very powerful, but you have to remember that you make sure there's no number in front. Okay. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, so you got x to the 4 minus x to the 3 minus 2x minus 4 equal to 0. And you have two roots. You have a r1 equal to -1, r2 equal to 2. And so you're looking for solving the equation. Okay, so you can use your synthetic division. You can divide by this and divide by that, right? So you're going to get 1, -1, -2. So 4, 3, 2. Okay, that's not 2, so it'd be a 0. So 4 power, 3 power, 2 power, 1 power, 0 power. So make sure there's a 0 over here. Okay, so I'm going to divide by the first one. Okay, so divide by -1. So you drop, multiply, you add, multiply, you add, multiply, you add, multiply, you add. Okay? And then from here, don't start all over. Okay, so you're going to continue. You're going to divide by that next. So it'll be 1, -2, 2, -4. Okay, divide by the next one. So don't start all over. Okay, you want to keep lower your degree. So drop, multiply, you add, multiply, you add, multiply, you add. Okay, so this becomes x squared plus 2 equal to 0. Okay, and from here you can go and solve. Okay, so this one since there's no middle term, you just go and minus 2 on both sides. So you get x squared equal to -2. Take the square root. So x equal to plus or minus square root of -2. And so it would be x equal to plus or minus square root of 2i. So the four answer you're going to get would be -1, 2, plus or minus square root of 2i. So 4 answers. Okay. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, so you got 3x to the 4 minus 5x to the 3 minus 7x squared plus 3x plus 2 equal to 0. And just like the last time, so two answers are given. So R1 equal to -1, R2 equal to 2 over 3. Okay, so let's go and use synthetic division. So you got 3, -5, -7, 3, 2. And divided by -1 first. So you drop, multiply, you add, multiply, you add, multiply, you add, multiply, you add. Okay? Then again, don't start over again, you just continue. So it'll be 3, -8, 1, 2, and you want to divide by your next root, 2/3. So you drop, multiply, you add, multiply, so it'll be negative 2 times 2 give you negative 4. You add, multiply, so 3 will cancel, so give you negative 2, you add. Again, because these are roots, so that means your division, you always have to have remainder of 0. Okay, so from here you're going to get 3x squared minus 6x minus 3 equal to 0. Okay, you can divide it by 3 to lower your number so it's easier to solve. So you get x squared minus 2x minus 1 equal to 0. Okay, and you can check factoring is not going to work, so you have to use use the quadratic formula. So a equal to 1, b equal to negative 2, c equal to negative 1. So x equal to negative b plus or minus square root of b squared. You can do the substitution first. Don't worry about simplifying. So negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So x equal to 2 plus or minus square root of 4 plus 4 over 2. So x equal to 2 plus or minus square root of 8 over 2. Okay, I'm going to move up here to simplify. So x equal to 2 plus or minus 2 square root of 2 over 2. Okay, so this one go up here. And then simplify, so you get x equal to, dividing by 2, so it would be 1 plus or minus square root of 2. Okay, so that's your 4 answers. So your 4 answers would be negative 1, 2/3, so these two are given, and the other two that you get would be 1 plus or minus square root of 2. Okay, so again, it's 4th power, so you're going to get 4 answers.